Hey Nick, how are you?
Doing well today. How are you doing today, Paul?
I'm doing great. Hey Nick, one of the things that really is top of mind for me, and I think for anybody in the channel business, is the concept of deal registration. Now, obviously, deal registration is important to Stratodesk because it helps us to understand from a longer term perspective where we are as far as our funnel and as far as our pipeline. And I think for partners, well, they also have a benefit there too, as well. I mean, you get certain advantages around deal registration. You want to tell me about some of those for Stratodesk partners?
Certainly. And here at Stratodesk, we have a great deal registration program, right? So any deal reg that a partner brings to us, as soon as it's approved, is automatically going to come with 6 months of approval and price protection. And the deal registration side of things is truly how you can engage and enable our sales team with the knowledge of, hey, we have this project that we're working on, while securing that protection for yourself within the account that you as the reseller have been working for years in many cases, right? So it just kind of helps build that engagement, build that relationship, and it's really the fastest and easiest way to engage with our sales team.
That's great, and plus it's those automation tools that everybody becomes familiar with over time. And as you say, the automation takes care of engaging with the appropriate sales team. And I think probably what's really significant here is that the partner can do it at any time. They're doing it themselves through the portal. So as we did the last time, I think seeing's believing. Why don't we take a look at how they do that?
Now we're in the partner portal and we're ready to register a deal. So the first thing you're going to want to do, and probably the easiest way to do that, is to literally come over here to the quick links on the right hand side and just click register a deal. And now we get into the real meat and potatoes, right? So this first section is all about who the customer is, what's their company profile, right? And we want to make sure that we capture that as accurately as possible. Again, not that we're looking to contact the end customer directly. We never will. We will always work through the partner and make sure that all of those kind of things are in place. But realistically, we need to have that for our own back end purposes, right? Just so we can make sure that all the licensing are being distributed correctly, that the renewals are being maintained, all of those kind of things. And without that information, we're just not able to truly retain all that back end. And the deal registration, quite honestly, will not be approved without it. So we need to have those things in place. And now we get into the actual opportunity details. So this section is really all about more environmental specifics. Help us understand more around the project so our field sales team can be better prepared to help engage and to help with that co-selling process, right? So when we're talking about platform, that's going to be kind of more environmentally specific. Are they Citrix, VMware, Windows Virtual Desktop, all of those kind of things, all the major players? If it's other, just let us know, and we can work with you on all of that, right? Third-party software, this is really where we want to know, okay, is Avaya in play here, right? Are we doing anything with Adobe, right? Maybe they need to run Teams locally, right? This is where your opportunity to tell us about what kind of things do they need to have internally from an end user perspective that needs to be supported. And when we're asking about third-party hardware, that's really where we're talking about like a Logitech, right? Webcam, right? We're looking at USB headsets.
Or your favorite, the Wacom Cintiqs.
Wacom Cintiqs, absolutely. I've got one sitting on my desk, not too far from me, right? So yes, Wacom Cintiqs, right? Again, third-party hardware. Are there biometrics needed, right? Meaning scanners, right? Printers, all of those kind of things. This is kind of your opportunity to tell us, hey, this is what's going to be attached to the endpoints that we need to make sure is supported locally. And so that's really where this third-party hardware piece comes in, right? And then the deal comments is honestly just tell us about the end customer use case. What are we trying to solve? What is the end customer doing on a day-to-day basis? Are they just generic office task workers, right?
Yeah.
Connecting to you know, Win 365 or Office 365, right? Local browser,
Right. So our guidance here is this is your opportunity as a partner to provide as much information up front because ultimately that's going to speed up the process of vetting this and getting the deal approved, which is what we all want. And the more information that we're giving the sales team that's going to review this, the better.
And ideally, the other side of that coin too is this helps us enable our technical team to better be prepared to support you as we're supporting the customer throughout the POC as well. Right. So without having this information, there's a lot of guess and check, a lot of hunt and peck, and it becomes a very painful process for all parties involved. This really helps us resolve a lot of that and just get right into the meat and potatoes and really get down to work and enable the customer to test that. Right.
Yeah, it's probably a best practice just as a partner. Now that you're forearmed and you understand the kinds of things that we're requesting when it comes to this, maybe you just set up a quick little internal checklist and then copy it and paste it right into this opportunity. But these are the things that we're definitely looking for. Any other kind of best practices that you would recommend?
Certainly, certainly. And so there's two components to it, right? So the next field is a little bit more about the opportunity potential size, right? And so there's two different ways to approach this and kind of answer this. So we have two fields, which is the number of endpoints for this opportunity and then the total number of endpoints. The number of endpoints for this opportunity is honestly the easiest way of thinking that is what are you requesting to be quoted now? Are we looking for 100 licenses, right? Are we looking for 500 licenses? At scale, the customer can get up to, say, 1,000. Maybe it's 10,000, right? And this way, we understand a little bit more around the scope and what it's going to take to help you get to the larger deal, right? And so this way, we can just, again, put our best foot forward. We can start looking at project-based pricing, all of those kind of things. And then, of course, there's the do you need a POC license, right? Is the customer already actively testing? If it's a yes, then we need to know so we can actually issue those licenses out so they can start the evaluation process, right? If it's no, then we're just literally going to assume they already have the software and they're already actively testing. I mean, it's a little straightforward there. But again, if we see a yes in this field, we are going to issue that software licensing. And then roughly when are we looking for this to close? Is it going to be an end of the month deal? Is it in the next 6 months? What have you? We understand the length of the sales cycle. And again, we know these things can take time, which is why that we provide that initial 6 months of approval, right? And we offer that 6 month protection upon approved deal registration. And so literally all you have to do is click submit once you fill out this form. Again, takes, less than 3-5 minutes. Easy, quick, simple. You'll see this immediately pop up, say deal registered, updated successfully. And now let's say that we want to go ahead and kind of check on the status of that. Well, we can just come back over here to pipeline and we'll be able to see, hey, here's that deal that I just registered. And so now we can see that we can add additional notations, right? We can just dive in and open it up if we need to. And again, it's all about ease. And you'll see that we have a tab of engagement. So now you can come in and we can link prospect pages. We can talk about different attachments if you need something specific uploaded for that opportunity. Or likewise, if you need to create a web chat because you have a question for any of us on the team. You can
really manage you can manage this opportunity. It's much more robust than simply deal registration. You've registered an opportunity and you've also got all the tools as a partner to effectively work your way through the sales motion. In particular, I love this prospect page and I love the attachment. I think I see some topics for future videos. Oh, there you go, partners. So thanks for joining us for this segment of Journey to the Edge. As always, leave your comments in the area below and let us know what other kinds of content you'd like to see. If you're already navigating the partner portal, don't be shy about reaching out to Nick, myself, any member of the Stratodesk Edge team. We'd be happy to help you. We'll see you all next time.